Hello. For this video, I'm just going to really quickly show you Vaultwarden, self-hosted version of Bitwarden, so it can keep all of your passwords. It's an offline password manager, and if you have a self-hosted setup, you can access it from anywhere. The only problem is if your stuff goes down, hopefully have a backup. I'm using Cosmos, a nice interface for hosting Docker configurations. Like I've got a bunch of different applications running, or the interface for all of these on Heimdall. And this is all accessible on my private network, and I'm using Tailscale, so it's all secure and I can access it from anywhere. So Vaultwarden, and go to the compose. So what you'll want here is you'll want to put in an admin token. The compose inside of Cosmos is a little bit different. It's got all these additional labels. If you just run this in native Docker, you can remove most of this. Most of this doesn't apply, but you'll want to make sure you have a port to access it. You want to make sure you have a volume in order to store your data. It stores it in that SQLite database. You can configure it to store it in something else. For small scale, SQLite is fairly efficient. You have the network that it's authorized to communicate on. There are other options inside of Vaultwarden where you can specify like whitelists, blacklists. Some of this is necessary, some of it's default. You have the admin token there. You'll want to make sure to take it out for security. If they got access to your internal network, they could see what your runtime configuration would be using, then they'd have the admin token. So I already logged into the admin. You got settings, and then that gives you access to all the settings in here. You can create a Argon 2 admin token that's a little more secure, a lot of security settings. You can enable single sign-on, so you can integrate it with other stuff, YubiKey, SMTP, and email. That's a great way for setting up more than one user. So if you have family members or something you want to set this up for, you can set up organizations, so you can set up your family and just say, hey, everybody's part of the family. And then if you want your friends, then you can separate organization up for your friends. Diagnostics, different standards for security for HTTP, HTTPS, try and log in. If you set up two-factor authentication, or you can log in with your device. I just set my account up. I haven't had the login with device just yet, but there is a Bitwarden app you can install. Now I did set up two-factor authentication. I had to stop the video for just a second so I could access my authenticator. Once I put in my authenticator code, I'm in. Now you can import data. It's a lot safer to keep it in something like this than to have it on just saved on your browser. I've actually had some clients come in, they lost a device at some point, and they were asking, could somebody possibly use my saved passwords? Yes, if they are able to access, if your device is not secured, then if you haven't revoked it or removed it from your Google account, you set a PIN for your device, 1234, something that they can get into, then they would have access to your entire password vault. If you set it fairly simple, people can access it. This allows you to turn off those settings. You can install the browser extension. If you have this self-hosted, then you have Tailscale. The only way to access it is to have your private network active. So it adds another layer of security. You have a bunch of extra tools available to you, so you can create strong passwords, and then it can save those passwords, and then you can even send stuff securely, and then it gives you some access to some useful tools as well. In the account settings, you can set up two-step login. That's a brief overview of Vaultwarden. Hopefully you got something out of it. Please leave a comment or something.